Okay, welcome America, welcome Selena Gomez, and welcome India to the live studio recording of geometry in Studio 202. Today we are going to do one problem. We are going to find the midpoint when we are given two ordered pairs. Ready? Okay, midpoint. Think about what that means. Midpoint. Point exactly in the middle. So I'm going to graph it. We're not normally going to graph it, but just so you can kind of get an idea about what these points, where they are and what they look like. So I'm just going to makeshift a graph here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So V is at, I'll put V, is at 2, 4. Okay, I'm running out of room. That's fine. And W is at 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Okay, W. So it's asking us to find the midpoint, the point in the middle of those 2 points. Now, if this was on graph paper, and you're allowed to do problems this way if you want it. Anytime you want to take out a piece of graph paper and do a problem, you don't have to ask. You can always use graph paper. You could just count. So from this, the x distance from this 2 to this 6, that distance is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's halfway? 2. So 2 over. So if I go 2 over, okay, and then if I go, how many do I have to go up to get to the next problem? So it's 1, 2. Halfway is 1. So I go over 2 and up 1. That's the midpoint. What is that ordered pair? 4. What's right in the middle of 4 and 6? 5. Yeah. So that point is at 4, 5. That's it. That's the midpoint. Midpoint, and I'll use an M for a midpoint, is at 4, 5. Now, how do we do this algebraically? What does this look like? Well, we are really just averaging the x's and we're averaging the y's. How do you average? Do you guys remember how to average numbers?
Don't you add them all up and divide them by the amount of numbers?
Yeah, so if you had 10 numbers that you had to average, you'd add them all up and then you divide by 10. Here we have 2 numbers that we're averaging. So here's what the formula looks like. This is why I just showed you this formula. It's not on a neat formula sheet. We're going to average the x's and average the y's. And we have 2 of each. So I'm just going to call the first one x1 and the second one x2. So when I average x1 and x2, I'm going to get the coordinate of the x coordinate of the midpoint. Now I got to average also the y's, y1 and y2 when I add them up and divide by 2. So the x coordinates in green are 2 and 6. 2 plus 6 divided by 2. And the y coordinates are 4 and 6. 4 plus 6 divided by 2. So this is 8 divided by 2, that's 4. This is 10 divided by 2, that's 5. That's what it looks like algebraically. And this is what it looks like on a piece of graph paper. How are we doing? I know it's totally new, but if you can remember how to average, and you can remember that you have to average the x's and average the y's, you're good.